I've worked as a security guard for most of my adult life. It was never a dream job, just something stable. Gas stations, convenience stores, storage facilities, places where nothing really happens. You sit, you watch, you wait for the clock to move. Boring, but safe. So when I saw an ad for a night security guard at the local mall, it felt like a step up. Better pay than I'd seen in years, a single location. Overnight hours. 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. I imagined quiet hallways, camera screens glowing in the dark, maybe a few patrols to kill the boredom. Easy money. I applied that morning and got a call that same afternoon. The manager, Mr. Hensley, sounded rushed. He asked about my experience, but his questions felt automatic, like he'd already decided. He told me to come in for an interview right away. No delay. No paperwork talk. Just, can you be here in an hour? That should have been the first red flag. The interview lasted less than 10 minutes. He barely looked up from his desk as he explained the job. Check the cameras every 15 to 30 minutes. Do hourly patrols. Report anything unusual. When he asked if I could start tonight, I hesitated for half a second. Then I said yes. He looked relieved. We've been understaffed, he admitted, rubbing his temples. The last few guards didn't last long. I hope you'll be different. I wanted to ask what he meant, but he handed me the office key and told me to report at 11 sharp. I left feeling uneasy, but I needed the money. I told myself I was overthinking it. That night, the mall looked wrong. The parking lot was nearly empty, lit by flickering lamps that barely cut through the darkness. During the day, this place was loud and crowded. Now it felt abandoned, like a shell left behind. The building loomed over me, silent and watchful. For a moment, I considered getting back in my car and driving away. I didn't. Inside, Mr. Hensley walked me through the corridors toward the security office. The halls felt longer at night, the echoes of our footsteps stretching unnaturally far. The office itself was small, packed with monitors showing grainy black and white footage of empty hallways and darkened stores. Keep an eye on the escalators in the play area, he said as he left. Things happen there sometimes. He didn't explain. The door closed behind him, and I was alone. The silence settled in immediately. Not normal silence. Heavy silence. Like the building was holding its breath. I sat down and flipped through the camera feeds. Everything looked normal. Empty stores. Still escalators. Nothing moving. I relaxed slightly. Then I felt someone standing behind me. I spun around, heart racing. It was a janitor, leaning against the wall with a mop cart beside him. He smiled like he thought my reaction was funny. "Didn't mean to scare you," he said. "You must be the new guy." I laughed awkwardly and asked how long he'd been working nights. "Long enough," he said. Then his smile faded. "Just make sure you follow the rules." I assumed he meant the instructions from the manager, but he shook his head and handed me a folded piece of paper. "These are the important ones." Before I could ask anything else, he walked away. I didn't read the paper right away. I wish I had. My first patrol started just after midnight. The mall felt different away from the office. The lights were dimmer. Shadows stretched across the tiled floor. Every sound echoed. My footsteps sounded too loud, like I was announcing myself to something hiding just out of sight. That's when I opened the paper. Rule 1. Check the cameras every 15 to 30 minutes, but don't stare too long. Rule 2. Never look directly at mannequins after midnight. If they change position, leave immediately. I scoffed. Someone was messing with me. Then I noticed the clothing store. The door was open. Inside, the mannequin stood stiff and lifeless near the back wall. I scanned the room with my flashlight. Nothing looked wrong. I turned to leave, and that's when I saw movement out of the corner of my eye. One mannequin was closer. I told myself it was my imagination. I stepped back into the hallway. Behind me, something scraped against the floor. Slow. Heavy. Plastic dragging on tile. I ran. I ducked into the restroom, splashed water on my face, and tried to calm down. That's when I saw her in the mirror. A woman in an old cleaning uniform, standing behind me, her face hidden by her hair. I spun around. She was gone. My hands shook as I pulled the paper back out. Rule 3. If a mannequin follows you, don't look back. Rule 4. Avoid restroom mirrors. I had already broken both. When I checked my watch, my stomach dropped. It read 11:30 p.m. That wasn't possible. I'd started my patrol after midnight. Rule 7. If time moves backward, return to the security office immediately. I didn't hesitate. Back in the office, the air felt thicker. The monitors flickered. My watch showed 1 a.m. Now, like nothing had happened, I tried to convince myself it was stress, fatigue, my brain filling in gaps. Then I heard the escalator. I checked the camera. Something tall stood on it. Too tall, its limbs bent wrong, its movements stiff and jerky. When it turned its head and stared directly into the camera, static screamed across the screens. Rule 1 saved me. I looked away. At 4 a.m., someone knocked on the office door. It sounded like the janitor. "Open up," he said calmly. "I'll explain everything." Rule 8. Lock the door between 4 and 4:30. Do not open it for anyone. The camera showed an empty hallway. Then the janitor appeared, smiling into the lens. His body flickered and dissolved like smoke. Near the end of my shift, I heard crying, soft, broken sobs from a dressing room. Rule 9. Do not open the door. I didn't. Instead, I watched her on the monitors. Pale, floating, coming straight for the office. She knocked. Then a familiar voice called out. "It's the manager. Your shift's over." The clock read 6:01 a.m. I checked the camera one last time. Mr. Hensley stood outside looking normal. When I opened the door, he asked if I was okay. Before leaving, I asked about the janitor. He frowned. "There's no night janitor. No one works here at night except you." I quit immediately. I never went back. Some places don't need security to keep intruders out. They need someone inside to follow the rules and survive until morning.